You know, Frey T, we're in the podcast world, right? I feel like the podcast world has brought on more beef because, and this is my opinion, right? It's because I feel like, one, you're extremely comfortable, but there are also no rules.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like they have this governing body that says you can say this or you can't say that, or this level of coof they expect you to keep because you're on TV. Like, just pictures of Tiny being thrown up, Lil King talking about get your dead mama, you know what I mean? Rashad McCants, Villanueva, all of them going at each other, talking, you know, and it's just wow.
Yeah.
How do you think the new media has sort of embraced beef? It used to be embrace debate. Now I feel like it's embrace the fight.
What do they call it? Clout chasing? A lot of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's just a social media thing. You got some people that are reckless and petty and dramatic. Shit, a couple years ago, we was in a little podcast beef, right? We wasn't beefing.
Oh.
People was talking about us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to pull us down.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in these things. But some people actually have personal issues with each other, and that just kind of goes out to the forefront. And then the blogs pick it up, and now it's entertainment, and everybody's peeking around corners, trying to see what's really going on. But you kind of skimmed over, I think you mentioned King, T.I.'s sons and all. So this is my thought on that, right? Beef and all that other stuff aside. 50 Cent. Just following it and paying attention to how 50 had been moving on social media, in my opinion, I can kind of see why he got shot, right? I mean, I don't know why he got shot.
I don't know what he just said. Don't look at me, I see.
Listen, I don't know why he got shot, but bro, you keep jigging, you keep poking the bear. 50 messed with everybody, and that pettiness can get you popped on. That's just life. That's the reality of it all. They once said, no women, no children. Why bring the man-wife into it? That's off limits, bro. You know, at the very end of the day, that's off limits. If you got something with me, keep it with me. Even if you want to mess with my kid, do that too. But my wife, bro, it is no level of pettiness that any man should display towards another man by bringing their wife into the picture. Now, once you cross that line, then everything's fair game. And for that family to respond the way they responded, I'm cool with it, because I don't like the messiness. I do love the fact that 50's done all these things in his life coming from where he's come from. Business mogul, production, what he's done with his album, Get Rich or Die Trying. I was a fan when he first dropped it. Sounded like he was from the South. I was like gravitated towards it quick. But this, of late, I'm not cool with the that pettiness. So, but I'm cool with how the family responded to defend Tiny, because them people don't mess with nobody.
I'm gonna get back to the podcast stuff. Remind me to get back to it. Thing with 50, watch film on him. You just brought up Get Rich or Die Trying. He's a monetizer.
Yeah.
The Diddy thing, he just came out with the Diddy documentary and had the video. Pay somebody for the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what he does. He finds a way. I hope, because T.I. is one of my uncles, like Mike Tomlin is one of my uncles as well, and Pastor Troy, and the people that taught me how to be a man. Young Jeezy. I don't know if they're the best uncles, but they are. I'm watching what's going on. I hope he has nothing on T.I. Pick a fight, have a problem, have some in your back pocket, and monetize it. That's what 50 does. 50's going to monetize this in some way.
He hasn't crossed that line.
Why is he so quiet?
Domani said in his track, 50 is profiting, right, off of black people's back. What he did with BMF. And we want to hear those stories, and that's totally fine. But what he did with BMF, the Diddy doc, he jumped on it, because if he didn't, then maybe people of other races probably would have done it. So, but you got to also understand the lane that he's traveling in, and it always comes back as this man is picking us to do his business.
To monetize.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. If he would have just talked about T.I., if he didn't bring up Tiny, King, Domani, and boys wouldn't have jumped into it. My dad can handle himself. He brought it up for a reason. He brought it up. You know why? Why has he been so quiet since it came out? T.I., you just said all the boys are jumping on him, they making tracks. Who's the boy with the guitar? He killed that thing.
That's because he ain't trying to rap, though.
But he hasn't said a word about, he threw out bait,
Throw rock,
let the
hide your
sharks
hand.
come, and then he sits back and waits to monetize.
rock,
He
hide
might be
your hand.
making a documentary right now.
But the thing, but you said it right. Just watch 50's film. This is his entire life, right? As great as Get Rich or Die Trying was and still is, there was the beef with Murder Inc. and Ja Rule, where to me it changed the trajectory of Ja Rule's career. At the time, we was all stuck. I'm real the way you. I was bumping all that. After a while, I felt like I couldn't sing it no more.
I wanted to go to the Fire Festival.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't even show up. And so I think for him, this is a continuation of like what his entire life has been. And the thing I would say about him, I would be uncomfortable being his friend.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and however he feels about whatever people say about him, it is what it is. There is a large amount of people that he was once close to that he's no longer close to, and it's public that they have an issue because he made it public, right? He doesn't just ever fall out with people. 50 Cent doesn't get to a point where it's like our relationship is done. We've had what we had. We both respect each other. Let's walk away from it. Right? There's always something else said. There's always something else that's made public or something else that has to be done through the media, social media. And I think that's difficult when you work with a person that's like that. Because on this one hand, he's a genius, right? From creating G Unit to now these media companies to now meetings with Tyler Perry, building his own studio, all of these things. You want to be in lockstep with him from a business standpoint. But it's also, like you said, when we said with Mike Tyson, like being around a pit bull, because you don't know when it's going to bite you. And so I think like that's the difficulty in who he is as the person, as opposed to who he is as the businessman, because he's a brilliant business mind, you know?
Whether you bond over streaming binge-worthy videos, watching sports recaps, video gaming, or by unplugging altogether, the 2026 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid helps keep you connected throughout your journey. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Available connectivity features and functionality vary by model. Package pricing, trials, and term lengths vary by model. Video streaming and games are only available while parked.
But what did you said you wanted to get back to the beef part?
The beef part, it brings that thing with, it brings people together so easily now that the personalities got to clash.
You said podcasting?
Podcasting brings, it's so fast, it's so right now, and we go viral, they got to speak on it. They say something, they got to speak. So everything's connected and you get them clips. So now you get a McCant who is wild, but we know Gil wild. So they over there arguing. So you just have so many personalities that are one click away from each other, and that's why it's beef. I don't want to say crabs in a bucket, but we've talked about it before, like Wallow and Gilly we cool with. You know, it's a lot of podcast dudes. We cool. Every time we see each other, we chop it up. But it's some dudes that act funny towards us when you see them. But it's the personality of different people that you just don't vibe with, that you're now in the same locker room with. And I think that's why the beef is. And I don't know a lot of them dudes. I don't know McCann. I want to meet him because he's funny as hell. Like, I don't know those dudes that they really are pit bulls like that. Like you said, like Tyson was a pit bull. When I'm in room, we talk about it. When you're in room with a pit bull, you can just feel that energy. I don't know a lot of guys, never talked to them. But it's putting real pit bulls in rooms with fake pit bulls, in rooms with people that's been with lions and knows how to act like a lion but's really a sheep. And that's why I think the podcast stuff is so funny to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I hate the way it's trending. It's made me change the entire way I frame conversations, I frame responses. Like I've always been very aware to not get personal with insults about people, right? But it's also because I understand how I take those things, how I comprehend those things. So to me though, like I hate the whole podcast beef thing because if you got an issue with somebody, have a real issue with them, right? And it's changed the way that I do media. If I'm gonna talk about something you said, which is like a big thing in podcasting, right? It's not necessarily always talking about the actual issue, and so my thing is now, I'll introduce it that you said something about it, and I'm gonna talk about the thing. Even if it's your take that I disagree with, I'm not gonna disagree during the take about you and who you are and your perspective and where you come from. And I'm for sure not gonna go back and forth with you. Because what I've learned, right, which is probably not a great thing about me, I found people's phone numbers, I've DM'd them, I've asked to meet, I've asked to have conversation, and I realized, oh wait, you just doing this for entertainment. You continue to use my name because you need to use my name. I don't even think about talking about you. People, as a matter of fact, I don't see it. People send it to me. And after learning that, I'm like, oh wait, this ain't a real thing. And they had something over the summer that I wouldn't get involved with. And then that same person said something about me moving forward in a different situation. And we had a conversation face to face. And they were like, man, you know, like, it's just about entertainment for me, this and this. I was like, I don't do that for entertainment. I'm not finna be anybody's clown. I'm not finna be corny for profit. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing none of that soft shit. I'm not. I'm not finna talk about you, disrespect you, insult you, so these mother effers watch my show. So they think that we got something going on that we don't. That's soft, bruh. And continuously going back and forth, if I got your phone number, that's a whole move to me. Like at some point, if I gotta keep talking about you and I could contact you, I need to contact you. Because clearly, if I gotta keep your name in my mouth, I got a problem. And so to me, that's my big thing. If you talk about me, man, you got it. Wow. Right? If you insult me, man, you got it. Because if I ever say something to you, we got a real problem. And so to me, that's why I love our space, because we just try, I want us to tell stories. I want us to be authentic. I don't want to move in that way.
What percentage of people in this space have that philosophy, like I was talking about the segments? But now we all have to talk about it. And they want to talk about it, but they don't want to call you. Like you said, no names. I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
But no names. But some people don't, they don't want to have that conversation. They want clicks. What you call it?
Clout chasing.
Clout chasing, rage baiting, whatever. It's people that do that for a purpose to get clicks, to get clout.
I think the beautiful thing is going back now where we're year 4, right? Out the gate, before we did a show, when RC laid it out and said, look, it's gonna always be about the quality of the content. Not the views, but the quality of the content, because that'll eventually continue to grow over time and the views will come. But as long as you keep the main thing, and focus on the guests and just the quality of the content, we'll be fine. And that leaves us out of the messy, dramatic, over-dramatic, clout chasing conversation. Even when you are going viral, Channing, it's not, you're not trying to be messy.
No, I just say my opinion.
Of course.
But almost to RC's point, well, we have different opinions, but also RC, like, when I say my opinion, you boys, both of them, ain't you? Yeah. They disagree on something. Like, why does it always have to go to a point of, oh, well, you got to see? No, we don't have to figure out a goddamn thing. That's my homeboy from back in the day. That's my homeboy from 10 years ago. No, they disagree. Y'all disagree on things that I know about it. Me and you, us three disagree. You don't have to pick a side between me and Fred's argument.
Nope.
Man, y'all got it, bro. Y'all, hey, we out on the grass underneath. It is what it is.
It all stems from social media. Like I look back at the combine from the weekend,